All right, boys, welcome back.
And girls.
Boys and gals, welcome back to the 97th greatest show on the internet. We're up in here. We're back. Took a little hiatus again, but it's all right. We got a lot to talk about tonight. First topic we're going to talk about Mike Hoffman. You're absolute garbage. How do you get traded twice within an hour span? For those of you that don't know, Mike Hoffman got shipped from the Ottawa Senators to the San Jose Sharks because of allegations that Mike Hoffman's girlfriend, who, by the way, speaking of that, does not look fine at all. I don't know why he's making fun of Erik Karlsson's wife. Allegations that he's making fun of his wife after she had just lost a child. So they shipped him off to San Jose, and then less than an hour later, he was shipped to Florida. Caleb, what do you got to say about that?
Yo, rest in peace to Axel Carlson, who was stillborn in March. Erik Karlsson and your family, sorry for you. Um, Dude, Mike Hoffman, you went from scoring 20 plus goals on a potential up and coming, team that was, focused on rebuilding. Then you went to a playoff team. You're like, okay, yeah, good. Nope. You went to the penthouse. Now you're back in the sewers. Congrats. But granted,
Right?
he doesn't have control over that. So I completely understand. I mean, NHL is a business at the end of the day. We hate to see it. Our favorite players sometimes retire. They're traded away, released. Oh my God. Released. But unfortunately, it happens. So, yeah. So, moving on to the next topic. Mike Hoffman, you're trash. Barry Trotz, Tootsie Roll. I can never pronounce his name. Tootsie Pop. Left the Washington Capitals after winning them a Stanley Cup. He is considered the fourth on the list for all-time wins as an NHL head coach. He was getting paid roughly $1.8 million because that's $300,000 bonus increase because he won the Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, they couldn't agree to a deal this offseason, and he resigned. Um, Here's the kicker. Two kickers. The only NHL coaching vacancy right now is the Islanders because the Islanders just clean house as they try to keep John Tavares. And two, he believes he should be paid Mike Babcock money. Folks, if you don't know, Mike Babcock's getting paid $7 million a year. Technically $6.75 million US dollars, but he's in Canada, so it's basically like 7 mil. Swish, what are your thoughts? Do you think Trotz is stupid for leaving because of money, or do you think the ball's in his court?
Listen, man, if it wasn't for Barry Trotz and one of the greatest players, one of the greatest Russians to ever come out of
The
freaking
the greatest
Russia,
Russian. Technically,
yeah,
statistically,
all
he
right,
beats
you're
Sergei
right.
Fedorov.
You're right. Statistically, yeah, statistically, he is the best Russian. The Capitals would not have a Stanley Cup right now. Just saying, they wouldn't have gotten past the Penguins, and they wouldn't be in like the Stanley Cup contention. Like, I understand, yeah, it took him this long to get a cup, but doesn't matter now, dude. He already won a cup. Pay his ass. He's gonna go. He's one of the greatest coaches. Surely somebody's gonna will have him. Like you said, the Islanders. I really do think he'll probably go to the Islanders. The Islanders desperately need something. But like that's all dependent on if Johnny Tavares decides to stay in New York, which I really don't think he will.
Well, so a little backstory. The new GM of the Islanders, unfortunately, I'm losing his name right now. I forget. He was a former Maple Leaf executive. He resigned. So, in a time between being a Maple Leaf and also being the Islander GM, he was kind of like a free agent in the executive world for about 9-10 days. He actually spoke with John Tavares, and apparently he gave him an elaborate plan to try to convince him to come to the Islanders. And my theory, hashtag conspiracy theories are us, Maple Leafs won't have enough money to keep Marner, Nylander, and Matthews. One of those guys is walking,
Oh,
and they're going to come to
yeah,
the
no, they
Islanders.
won't.
That's my thought.
Um, Marlowe is getting paid way too much money as it is right now. He's like what?
Jesus.
He's pushing like what, 35, 40, that range. Um
I'm pretty sure
he
that dude's
recently
older than my mom.
Yeah, he signed. The only reason why, he literally got paid because he signed a 3 year with a $6.5 million cap, and for a player that's that old, that's way too much money. I'm sorry.
No, I mean I completely
um,
understand that. So, switch. Lead us into
yeah,
our next topic.
yeah. For those of you who don't know or don't care, the NHL awards is happening right now. It's basically where the best players get recognized for their amazing people. So let's get started with the Lady Bing Trophy. Basically, that trophy is like the most gentlemanlike trophy. I don't know why, just freaking I don't understand. But Golden Knights William Karlsson ended up taking that trophy home. What do you think about it?
Apparently he was also very gentle with the puck, getting like a career high like 40 plus goals this season. But yeah, no, I mean good for him. That's always a nice, respectful trophy to have to the accolades, especially on an expansion team with the success that Vegas had. Um, I want to move into the next one, the Hart Trophy. Taylor Hall won, and I want to talk about the Canadian robbery of the summer of 2017. The Devils gave Adam Larson away for Taylor Hall. The Oilers like, yeah, we're making out. The Devils pulled a rabbit out of the hole and said, yeah, we just traded for the MVP of the league. Suck it. So
Right, dude.
there was more holes in
Um,
that complex theory than there are in the roads here in West Virginia. I just want to say that. But
oh yeah. Next trophy we're gonna get into. Victor Hedman won the Norris Trophy, and personally, I think it's well deserved. He's a really good defenseman. It's about time he's getting recognized
well, he's also
for what he does.
super Swede from Sweden. He was very injured early in his career, and a lot of people thought he was going to be a bust. Lightning actually still kind of rode, rode the flame with him, and he ended up working out. Now I think that's either his first or maybe his second Norris Trophy. I don't know. We'll
I
have
think
to
it's
we'll have to talk to our
might be
interns
his
who do the
first.
research. Basically, I'll Google it after
Next
this video.
trophy. Yeah, the next trophy in this list, Matthew Barzell won the Calder Cup. You know,
Who?
there's a lot of Matthew Barzell, man. I mean, I'm telling you what, man. You may not know who he is, but that boy did wonders for me on my fantasy hockey team. Won me the championship. Hashtag Matthew Barzell for president 2045.
So, one, an election can't be on an odd year. So nice try. Um,
All right, listen, shut up.
no, so no, Matthew Barzell for the Islanders. He came onto the scene. I was like, all right. I thought it might be Clayton Keller, with Arizona. Clayton Keller actually held up his own. Trying to go off track a little bit here. Max Domi got traded for Brandon Gallagher, with the Canadians, both under 25, a single player for player trade. So that's nice. A little bit of change of scenery between two booty cheek teams. So we'll see. We'll see how that
I
pans
mean,
out. But
Brandon Gallagher probably I'm not gonna lie to you. Arizona won that trade. Brandon Gallagher is so much better than Max Domi.
Yeah, Domi's still all right though. Yeah, no, I understand. But honestly, I think it was crucial for Barzell to win it. I think the NHL is kind of rigged because if oh can't do anything against the deflection. So
Yeah, I know. It's upsetting.
yeah, so if Barzell doesn't win Rookie of the Year, Tavares doesn't stay, NHL doesn't keep a team in New York. I think it's a conspiracy theory, but no, props to you, Barzell. We're missing a trophy.
Oh, we're missing a few. Hold on, we
We're
gotta
also
we gotta
missing
speed
some
run through
defense.
this, boy. Yeah, listen, shut up. I literally have the notifications on my phone. I kept it for this event. All right. Um, uh, Kopitar. Anjay Kopitar gets away with the Selkie Trophy, and honestly, I mean, I'm not too upset. Bergeron was nominated for that trophy, but I'm not too upset because literally Bergeron is he's in the nomination every year. Such a good player. I think Kopitar deserved to win that because of how rocky the Kings were last year, and
Still made the
they came
playoffs too.
back and they had a great season. Yeah. Yeah, they came back and they made the playoffs this year, which is good. Although they got swept by the expansion team, but it's
That
okay.
expansion team also happened to go on
Um,
to the Stanley Cup, so
yeah.
can't win
Oh
them all.
Jesus. We're gonna get these two out of the way really quickly, just because they were no brainers. Gerard Gallant and George McPhee, respectively, won the Jack Adams Award and GM of the Year.
I mean,
Wasn't that
easy.
hard?
You basically probably made one of the best NHL teams in history, first year expansion
Yeah.
in a non-hockey
Yeah.
town in the middle of the desert. Like, props to you, dude.
Um, Pecorine ended up going away with the Vezina Trophy. And while we're on the topic of Nashville Predators, PK Subban just got announced as the cover boy for NHL 19. What do you feel about that before we have to go?
I'm
I
really
like it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
I
it.
like it. I think he deserves it. If you don't know, he's really charitable. I think he's donated close to $20 million to Montreal Children's Hospitals. He's very very active in the Montreal community, also in the Nashville community now too. He does a program with Nashville, where he takes a police officer and their kid to a hockey game, every home game, and pays for their suite and whatever they want to eat. So I think that's
Yeah.
very fine.
Yeah, PK Subban's really gentle. I mean, I
I'm
hated him when he was in Montreal, but
I'm
because I'm a
really
biased Bruin
excited.
fan, I hated him because of Canadian.
I'm really excited, but also NHL 19 is coming up in a couple months. I think it's going to be a brand new start for our channel. We're still going to upload content, but once NHL 19 comes out, we're going to grind it, and I think this channel's going to take off. So you 11 who are
Oh
still
yeah,
subscribed
like
to us,
you can
we
even do
appreciate everything.
you can even do the trailer that they dropped, the from the pawn to the pros. That's gonna be really interesting.
Do a reaction vid. So yeah, we're going to try to drop another video tomorrow. Until next time.